know he will. Hey, good Monday morning, everyone. You are listening to Author Talk with me, Amy, Sandy, and Fern. Russell is in the middle of climbing the Canyon of Fire, I believe, or Valley of Fire, one of those. So he's off doing some crazy adventure that we'll hear about, I'm sure, next week, and I can't wait to hear about it. But how was everybody's weekend? How did it go? Sandy, I know you had an eventful weekend.
I had a great weekend from Thursday till this morning. Actually, my sister left this morning, but we had girls' weekend. So my sister came in from Port Aransas. It was my granddaughter's 29th birthday, and my other granddaughter came, and so we decided to make it a girls' weekend. And we did everything from watch Cruella to sitting around talking to just playing, reading. We just had an absolutely amazing time, and I am exhausted. They kept me going all weekend, but we just had a great time. And one of my granddaughters is leaving, the one whose birthday is leaving town to be gone for the rest of this year, just traveling around. So that's one of the things we did, was help her get ready. So have fun. It was a fun weekend.
Nice. Fern, what about you?
Well, my June retreat kicked off. So I'm in the middle of my writer's retreat with Max, which is really great. It's not going to be as easy to focus on my writing because I've got the end of the school year that stretched into June, and a couple of other little camp sessions that I'm going to be teaching. But I'm excited because I get to finalize Love's Call and then move into Gortive Offensive. So it's coming. But the sad part of my weekend was that I got challenged at shuffleboard, right? So there's this ladder thing, and needless to say, I'm kind of at the bottom. But you got to challenge people, and when you challenge people, you play and you move up on the ladder, right?
Right.
So we did a challenge, and I lost.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know. But it's okay, because, it was my first ever time, and I am a rookie, so, I can't expect to, win. Not yet.
Well, if you don't expect to win, you won't win. So you got to get in there, expect to win, expect to beat these guys. Is it all guys, or is there other women?
There's some girls on there. There's some ladies that play very, very intensely, and they're on the ladder, too.
Oh, good. Well, you need to, get on up that ladder. What can we do to help you and support you?
Nothing. I just got to get out there and practice. That's what I need. I need to just set up some times to go and just throw some weights and practice, And
it's a tricky little game because I've played it before, and sometimes you think you just got it just right, and you know exactly how fast to get the little thing going. Was it a puck or something like that you throw, you slide along the shuffleboard? That's about waist high, so it's not the one with the long stick that you're doing. And it's just like and sometimes you land in this perfect place, and you're going to get 2 points or 3 points, and somebody else comes along and knocks you off the board.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be quite challenging. I remember. So oh my God.
It was pretty cool. The board and every board is different. So we played the challenge at Ashford Pub, which the board there is so odd because on the one end of it, it really dips. Mega. And on the other end, it barely does. And so it's kind of a weird setup. You really have to get a sense of how is it going to go? But I was putting them where I needed them to go and doing pretty good. But he just superior, they were not far apart games. They were just, but it was good. It's good practice. So
it is good. It is great practice. Great practice. Well, that's great. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. That does sound like a fun weekend.
The really tragic thing about it is that you have to announce it in the group. In the private group for the ladder, you got to say, "Oh, he beat me," and that's not nice.
No, brother.
You would hate to have to do that.
Hi, my name is Fern, and I lost it. So oh boy,
it was very nice. She was like, "Don't give up, Fern." I was like, "I won't. I won't."
Oh my goodness. I can only imagine. That would not be fun. I just know.
Not that cool. Not that cool.
well, Fern, we have an event coming up next weekend with the Writers Guild. So, is it too late to register for that?
No, actually, you are. We will be sending out all of the information with the links on Thursday afternoon. Okay, so you really want to get registered if you've been thinking about it and kind of not sure. This is the weekend, so you really want to get registered by Wednesday. Because we're going to need to go in. Alicia's going to need to go in and compile that, put it into the newsletter so we can send you the links. You'll be looking for that link on Thursday, in the emails, and we also going to have to figure out the scheduling for our pitch sessions, because we've got our agents. Some of them still have some slots that if you want to pitch your book, you have an opportunity to. But we need to get all that done very soon, because, Thursday, we want to try to get everybody their schedule and the links. And that way,
I want to talk to you about the pitch sessions after Author Talk is over, because I have a client who is 92 years old, and I have suggested that he be on and do a pitch. And I don't know if he'll be the right agent or not, but I would like, for the Texas University Press is the one I told him he should pitch to. But anyway, I'll talk to you about that, because I want to be on with him. Is that possible?
Usually you don't have the two together, because it's really about him presenting his book to the agent, who will be the one. Now, this is a publishing. Usually you don't have.
Hold on. My bad. That was me. Sorry. I wasn't muted. I went to reply. I'm so sorry. That never happens. It's just kicking off my Monday, you guys.
It's okay.
Setting the tone.
But well, we might be able to do it. Let's
think about it. I told him I'd check with you, and if you could, otherwise he can be on by himself. But he's just not. He's not familiar, and he's not technology savvy. So anyway, if we can do that, then I told him I'd be on Zoom with him or whatever, wherever we're going to do it. We'll talk later. I just wanted to mention that. But I do want to reiterate what Fern just said. Get your reservations in. Go register. Go to the Houston Writers Guild.org today or before Wednesday, and go to under events. You can go to the pitch. What is the name of it? Pitch.
Ready, set,
pitch. And click on that, and it will take you over to Eventbrite, where you can actually read about each one and go ahead and register. And the cost is ridiculously cheap. Okay, I think it's like $45. Is that it?
I think so. It sounds about right.
Last time I looked, that's what it was, unless that was the early bird.
I know we had the early bird up until May 1st, and so we're in the final stretch one, and so I know it went up a little bit, but it was not much. I think it went up like $10. So
for around $50, you can be at the event all day Saturday. So Friday's the Pitch Fest.
Friday night we have Roger Leslie.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Friday night is Roger Leslie. He is going to be doing an amazing opening kickoff session to motivate us, to bring us back towards our art. Some of us have been in this pandemic thing very, depressed and sort of not quite sure how to move forward. He's going to be helping us refocus and really push forward again, and kind of bring us back to our goals and our why and what we're doing, you know, as artists. So, I mean, I'm very excited to have him opening the conference for us on Friday night. So Friday night is going to be Roger. Then we kick off on Saturday with John Simons, who's going to be talking about business, you know.
And tell who John Simons is.
So John Simons is the gentleman who first initiated Comic Palooza. He started it in his little comic book store that he owned. And in 3 years, it had grown to needing to be in the George R. Brown. And then eventually, of course, the city of Houston bought it from him because it became such an iconic thing for Houston. And so, I mean, he is somebody who you really want to learn from as far as how do you grow a business quickly? You know, what do you do to get your business out there? And then, you know, we have our sessions that are going to be all about marketing, networking, putting your name out there, building your platform. We've got our genre sessions, which will be breakout, you know, so you've got several different things that you can go to on that one. And then we're going to end the day with our editor and agent panel, where all of our agents and editors who have been taking pitch sessions during that day, because Saturday is the day of the pitch sessions, they will have a panel where they'll talk about anything. You know, you ask them questions, they will answer it. Anything you need to know about pitching to an editor and an agent, and what are they looking for and such.
So what day are the agents? Is that Friday or Saturday?
Saturday during the day will be the pitch sessions, and then the panel at the end. And then Sunday, we wrap up the conference with Tex Thompson, who is just fantastic. You know, an amazing workshop that she has for us. It's going to be interactive. You're going to get to work on your piece, you know, of writing and focus on, you know, and just kind of get ready to go, move forward from our conference time to the next thing that is going to be.
And, you know, I love Tex. I love hearing her speak, but I love what she did when she, I talked to her last year, I think, when she was there. And Houston, so she's from Dallas. Houston has so many different author groups. It's like, how many should you join? And if you want to be, what if you wanted to know people from the Bay Area one, or from the Woodlands, or from the Houston Writers Guild, but you don't want to pay it, you know, the membership fees for every single one of them, because they're all very reasonable. If you add them all together, it could add up, and plus time involved. So she went around to all of the different writers groups in Dallas and got them together so that they have regular meetings or something with all the meetings. And each member, each individual group sends one person as a representative to this council-like thing. I thought it was such a great idea, because I'll start talking to somebody and they'll send me information, and I'm part of this writers group, and I've never even heard of the group before. And I'm like, how can we be, you're active on social media, Amy is, I am, and how can we be this active and we have groups of authors that we've never heard of and they've never heard of us? I'm like, no, that's not good. So I love that she did that in Dallas, and I would love at some point for us to, you know, find out from her all she did and how she did it, and do something similar in the Houston area. I think it'd be great to know about all the membership groups.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned that, because, you know, we've been with the Guild, we have been trying to create kind of a hub of creators, you know, content creators. And I know that was Andrea's thing when she was the head of the Guild, was to kind of bring all content together, creators together. And so, you know, we have been reaching out to different groups to bring them together. I mean, I've been in conversations with WIVLA, you know, to talk about,
yes, that's great.
Coordinate, how can we do things that will be mutually beneficial to all our members. You know, Through the Eyes of Authors and Authorology are definitely on board, working together on different projects and things like the Book Lovers Delight Box. I mean, that is something that we are coordinating together to help authors get readers. So I do believe, just like text, I mean, those of us who really and truly believe in the power of unity, of united effort, of working together to really mutually help each other, we're trying to bridge those things and bring people together. The sad part is, not everybody really believes it. A lot of people talk about it, but they don't actually walk it. So but we are working it. We're working to try to see.
Very good, very good. I think that's awesome. So let me know how I can help with that, because I definitely believe that that's a good thing. So the more authors that the more of a support group that you have. And as we talk about on our Sandy and Friends on Friday, we support each other. And if you're members of a group like we have, Amy and I have Through the Eyes of Authors, you have your Inklings authors and other groups of Houston Writers Guild, all of that. So, and CJ says Texas Sisters Press is the same way. So the more we can get moral support from other authors, it's people that understand what it feels like to get a rejection. And you were talking about that the other day on Facebook. And so,
talk about Texas Sisters Press. CJ launched an initiative over Christmas to work with 4 different presses to offer special discounts and to promote each other's discounts together. And earlier in the year, we did another one with them as well, where we created a bundle of romance novels that people could buy or get as a giveaway. Really, we didn't do a buy thing, but we did it as a giveaway to encourage people to join newsletters and to get connected to our different presses and our authors. And so I think that the more we do things like that, where we can cross promote each other, the better it is for everybody, because we're readers. We're readers, and when I read, I don't just buy one author.
Oh, right, absolutely.
I buy all the authors that I happen to enjoy their books, and I'm always excited to find new ones. So I think that is something that we need to get away from, this competitive idea. We can share each other's audience and help each other, because we're all going to benefit from it. And I know CJ's like, I'm all for doing it again. And I am too, my friend. I'm actually thinking about what we could do next for another bundle, because I like the idea of bundles, and readers like bundles, where they get multiple.
And they also like authors like anthologies too.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you guys did anthologies last year. Texas Sisters Press did one at Christmas, a holiday one, and you've done several. And the Writers Guild does. The Writers Guild, HWG Press does one. Mm-hmm. So I think authors, that gives authors great visibility when they write a chapter that's going to be in a book, and we're all going to be promoting that book. So I think that's awesome.
Yes, and it does. The key to this kind of thing with authors is they need to be strategic about what they submit. You want to submit to these contests, these anthology calls, short stories, poetry, or whatever that will connect back to your main books. That will hook the reader into your world, or into a character, a side character, a main character. Something that will hook your readers and make them want to go and look you up, make them want to look you up and follow through to, because that's the power of the anthology. And I mean, we've seen it, occasionally you see it in their reviews. You don't usually hear it so explicitly, but we've seen it in a couple of reviews of the Inklings anthologies, where someone is like, oh, I really enjoyed these stories. I especially liked this author's story, and I found out he had some books. And so
and I did that with Meg, and it wasn't an anthology though, but it was her short stories that she wrote in the what was the title of her 2 books that were short stories?
Twisted Reveries.
Yeah, Twisted. And the second one, because I just loved the name Willoughby, and when she said it was Stories of Willoughby, then I got the book. And I forgot what the name of the story was, but there was one. I liked all of them, but there was one that made me think I want to read more books by Meg Hofdahl, because it was such a cool story about this woman that had been in love with this guy forever. But he had died when she was 16 or something. Anyway, at the end, she finds out he didn't die, and it was just like a crazy story. But it was such a good story. I'm like, I mean, it gives me chills now. And there was nothing about the book that was other than what a cool ending to a story, to find out she waited all these years and he really wasn't dead. He just left her. So I'm like, that's a twisted reverie if I've ever read one. Yeah. And from Willoughby, she was like the librarian or something. So I'm like, I've got to read these books about Willoughby. That's all there is to it. And that leads me to say one of Meg's latest book, not one of them, but her latest book, is the book that's in our Book Lovers Delight subscription service. And Amy, why don't you take a minute and talk about that, because I know you just got a new registration this morning.
Oh, yeah. So Book Lovers Delight, our feature of the month of June, is Meg Hofdahl's book, Her Dark Inheritance, which is the first book in her series. And so that one is a suspense thriller. And, you know, I'm a sucker for those. And so that is our featured book that's in Book Lovers Delight. We have another round of Meg's books coming later in the year of her Twisted Reverie series that, you know, we're going to pick one of those. So that'll be a good surprise there. But no, we are a huge fan of Meg's books and her writing style. If you are a fan of Stephen King, then this is definitely a book for you, because she writes similar to Stephen King's style. And, you know, she has a book that's all about Stephen King and a nonfiction book and everything like that. So yeah, if you're interested in it, or you're interested in getting a new book every month that's indie or small press published, check out Book Lovers Delight, because that's our goal, is to help these smaller authors get into the hands of readers, because they really have some amazing books and amazing stories to share, and we would like to help them share them with you. So that was the purpose of Book Lovers Delight.
Yep, and I know that July we're going to throw some anthologies in. We've got a suspense one from the Houston Writers Guild, and we've got a criminal from Inklings Publishing going out. And then, you know, August is Kevin Pedway, who is published by Cursed Dragon Ship which is Kelly Colby's group. And so, I mean, it's really exciting to work with multiple local, very well done books, you know, small press indie books, because this is what, you know, sometimes people are afraid of picking up a book that's indie published because they're not sure if it's going to be good. But, you know, if you're registering for a book service like this, like a book box, you know that it's vetted. You know that these are books that, you know, we have read. We know they're good. We know who is publishing them. We know that they're good. So you are going to get a good, high quality book, and hopefully meet some new authors that are exciting for you. And I just want to mention, CJ mentions that her holiday anthology call for this year is open. So if you want to write a short story that is Christmas focused, you might want to get that information from Text Sisters Press. The Houston Writers Guild contest, Women's Voices, is open through the end of this month. So if you have a short story that focuses on women and kind of bringing to the forefront some of the issues and things that are going on with women and gender, this would be a great one to throw your hat into that ring. We have a couple of judges. One is a board member from WIVLA, who is going to be judging for us. Another one is the lady that runs Lone Star Literary.
Oh gosh, that's great. Awesome.
She's going to be judging for us. I'm still on the hunt for the third one, but we are excited to have these wonderful ladies and groups representing to judge our women's voices, you know? So, you know, we're very excited about this anthology, and hopefully we get some really great, powerful stories that will empower those who read it, you know, and enlighten us and make us think, challenge us to look at things in a new way.
Yes, that's
And we need
great.
to talk about our YouTube channel, because you know who would be very upset if we did not mention.
Oh my gosh, yay.
Okay, you guys, so check us out on YouTube because we're on the tube, is what I say. Anyways, check us out over there. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell button, so it goes ding like when you watch those little YouTube videos. I wish I could insert that sound. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Anyways, go and do that and help us hit 100 so we can, change the little number things to Author Talk. But it helps us in the algorithm, and it helps us get the word out about all these amazing authors and organizations to new writers or seasoned writers that don't know about us. So go to our YouTube channel and subscribe and like and comment, share the love, you know how we do. Anyways, that is, Russell would be like more blunt about it. I'm just like, hey, don't like us.
He can't complain because we threw it in there. We did not forget. We did not forget.
We absolutely did. But you guys, Mondays are just a fun time, and Author Talk is just a fun time where we get to learn and hear stories of amazing authors, some that we've met and we've worked with, and some that we don't, and we love hearing their stories and coming. So you guys, it is free to come on and talk on Author Talk. If you are an author or you have a book coming out and you would love to be on, comment, email me, Facebook message me, DM me on any platform. Okay, my name is rather difficult to spell my last name, I know. But my first name, it'll pop up. But you guys are more than welcome to come on. We don't charge anything, and we welcome it. The more that you come on and the more that we become friends or whatever, the more, I don't know, successful, I guess, our friendship's going to be. We're just like having a lot of fun and meeting new authors. So all are welcome. And it's not just authors. Like Fern is a publisher and an author. And we have publishers on here. We have agents on here. We have all kinds that are help the writer in their writer's journey. So if that is you are more than welcome to contact us and we will get you on.
And you can check out our YouTube channel, because we did some special little Author Talk lives with agent Dawn Dottle, who gave us really wonderful insight into the agent's world and what they're looking for. So if you're coming up on the pitch session this weekend, you may want to, check it out. Also, we interviewed Terry Hill, who is just a wonderful person, just a wonderful. He works with NASA. He writes science fiction. I mean, he just is going to be a fun one to go to if you're a science fiction fantasy writer. He's going to be doing a session about that. And, I know I wasn't able to be there, but I know you ladies interviewed him, and I'm sure you loved him as much as I did.
He is super cool. He really is. Because he was just talking, and so he was talking about like blending genres and stuff, and so then we talked about Star Wars and all this stuff and NASA stuff and SpaceX. But the way that he talked about blending genres and stuff was just like elegant, it just was like elegant and beautiful. And you're just like, man, like I like a mystery to be a mystery, not like a sci-fi mystery thriller suspense, like that's just me. But I was like, man, you make it sound so elegant. I don't know. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
And I think authors today are taking a lot of new liberties, in that sense, kind of breaking ground on how you are mixing and matching. Now, obviously, from a publisher perspective and from a marketing perspective, you have to have a primary genre for your novel. It is primarily science fiction, or it's primarily fantasy, or it's primarily mystery. But, all novels have subplots and subgenres in them, because almost every novel has at least some kind of romance thread, in there. And some of them are, maybe they have a little bit of suspense, although that might not be the main focus. So I think that you throwing in these sub elements to just kind of make it stronger, make it more interesting and compelling. But I by the way, talking about mysteries, okay, Dawn is going to be doing a session about, what qualifies as a mystery and what qualifies as suspense, because, the two are not the same. And there's very specific things in terms of when you want to call something a mystery. And I know I've talked about it, and I know you guys have talked about it in terms of knowing how to label your book is important, because you don't want a reader to pick it up, thinking it's something and then not finding it, because the reader's expectations of what that genre is are going to be disappointed, and automatically there's a not so good feeling, you know. So you want to make sure that you label your book appropriately, you know, for readers.
Yep. And because I want to say this, we have visiting with us today one of our previous clients and members who writes cozy mysteries. Sue Hawley is here with us. And I can just, as you were talking, Fern, I'm like, I can just imagine if somebody picked up one of, if somebody picked up one of Meg's books and thought that it was a person that follows Sue Hawley and thought she was going to be reading a cozy mystery, and they're not the same thing at all. So cozy mystery just gives you a little hint of any violence or whatever. So they do have a mystery. It is a mystery, but it's like watching Murder, She Wrote. I think to me that was to be like a cozy mystery, because
those were, and that's very important in terms of, you know, making sure that you label your book so that readers know what they're expecting. Because even within romance, you know, you need to label it if it's a sweet romance, you know, for those who maybe don't want to read a lot of explicit love scenes, you know, the fade to black, we all know what happened, versus a romance with a little more heat in it, you know. And then there's different heat levels, really, because there's like erotica, which is just full on, you're going to get the whole thing. Of everything that went down in that bedroom, you know. And then there's, you know, less descriptive, and you know, the most important thing is that it fit the story, right? That it makes sense for what you're trying to do with your plot. But readers, sometimes they don't want to read that, so labeling it correctly is going to be important, you know. And now I think we need to sign off, because we are 2 minutes over, and
no, we can't do that.
Oh my goodness, the hammer has been dropped, you guys. The hammer was dropped. Okay, what is it? What is that? The gavel? The gavel's been hit. Hey, it's been hit.
I'm channeling Russell today. Okay, I'm channeling Russell.
Oh my goodness. Well, okay. Well, with that being said, I'll close this with Through the Eyes of Authors. So tonight on Through the Eyes of Authors, if you are a member or you're wanting to look into what we're doing, we are talking book promo stacking, how to do that and leverage that to help you become an Amazon bestseller. The ins, the outs, the sites, how much it's going to cost you to do that, the best options, and how we do that, and it's been successful for all authors. So we will be sending out the link tonight to join us. So if you're interested, contact me. I will send it out to you. But other than that, we hope you guys have a great week, and we will catch you all next Monday.
And just a quick reminder to those who are Authorology members, you know, we are restructuring our workshops. The Authorology board, Greg has brought on some amazing people who are going to be working on making their workshops, the monthly workshops. But this month, you know, Amy has very graciously agreed to let our Authorology members join one of her Monday sessions. This would be a great one. So if you're an Authorology member and you're interested in promo stacking, you really need to reach out to Amy. Make sure you get on to this one, because it's a really great one, my friends.
Yep. Bye, everyone.